Hello everyone, it's Mr. Perkins, and we're going to do a quick technology recommendations video. So as you know, with COVID-19 restrictions, some of the labs have limited capacity this year, and so you're probably going to want to look at investing in a computer that you can use throughout your entire time in the program and possibly after you graduate as well. So I've got a few different laptop and desktop recommendations from both Apple products to Dell PC products, and we're just going to go over those today. So in the description below, you'll see all these links, and these links will take you to the various pages that I talk about in today's video. So down here, over here, we are at the Apple Education store. You'll notice that if you buy a Mac or iPad for college, you will get free AirPods if you choose to do that. So, scrolling down on this page, you will see recommendations for the three models that we are going to go over: the MacBook Air, the MacBook Pro, and the iMac. Now, one thing that you'll want to keep in mind with all of these recommendations is that since you're going to be running some fairly memory and processor hungry video and audio applications, you're going to want something that has at least a quad core processor and at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. If you get more than that, that's great. It'll just make your life a little bit easier. It'll make stuff export quicker. The same goes for adding on any sort of discrete video cards, like an NVIDIA or an AMD video card. So, with this first recommendation, this is a MacBook Air Space Gray that we obtained a quote for through the Apple Education website. You'll note that it is upgraded from the base dual core to the quad core 10th generation processor. And we have also upgraded the RAM as well from the base 8 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes. 256 gigabytes of internal storage should be fine as a base for all of these different models, because you will only want to use the internal hard drive to store stuff like Word documents, different things like that, and applications that you'll be using. Any sort of video files or audio files that you record, you'll want to have those archived on an external hard drive, which will go into recommendations for those later. So, as you can see, the price for this one is $11.79 with the education discount, or $98.25 a month if you choose to finance it. If you wanted to go up with a little bit larger or a little bit better option, the MacBook Pro is a step up from that. The MacBook Pro comes with a little bit better base specs and also has this, this neat touch bar functionality across the top that is just a secondary screen that allow you to do different neat things on there. But this, you'll notice, comes with a quad-core 8th generation processor, and it's also been upgraded to the 16 gigabytes of RAM. And this one retails for $13.79. If you choose to not to go the laptop route, with Apple, there is also the iMac, accessible from this link right here. And this is sort of the base iMac model that we've upgraded to fit our needs. It'll come with a 3.6 gigahertz quad-core 8th generation processor. And we've also upgraded the RAM in it. And as you can see, the price for that is here below, $14.59. So just a reminder, when shopping for a computer, you want to get a base of a quad-core processor, and you want to get a 16 gigabytes worth of RAM. This iMac does come with a discrete video card. That is the Radeon Pro 555X. That is not necessary, but it'll make your projects render faster, as I indicated before. So, it'll say that you're not a Apple fanboy like me, and you decide that you wanted to do a PC. The University ITS website, linked in the description below, has a link to purchase from Dell, personal purchases down here near the bottom. And that will take you to this link right here, will take you to this page where you can click through these if you want. I've chosen to view more student offers, and that takes us over to this page right here. I've already curated a couple that I'll go through in these other tabs, but typically with PC things, if you're wanting 16 gigabytes of RAM and a quad-core processor, you are looking at something that is labeled as a gaming PC. These can get quite expensive, and with Dell, they range from their G5 series or their gaming series all the way up to the Alienware products, which are insanely cool but also fairly expensive. So let's just take a look at one laptop and one desktop recommendation. The Dell G5 15 gaming laptop is 1224 in our current configuration. You'll notice that it has a 6-core Intel i7 processor, and it has a discrete video card, an NVIDIA GeForce. It also comes with the requisite 16 gigabytes of RAM. In addition, it also has the 512 internal solid state drive that allow you to save files on that computer. The only thing that I don't think I had to upgrade anything on this. I might have upped the price a little bit by choosing Windows 10 Pro Edition instead of Home, but I believe that's the only thing that has been upgraded. You might want to also consider getting a mouse, but I don't know if I'd buy one from Dell, just because these can be had for much cheaper on Amazon or at Walmart or somewhere else. As far as desktop recommendations for PCs through this, and just a reminder, you'll save an extra $100 by using the Learn from Anywhere savings with this. And I believe there's also a code. If you, as of this video being recorded, I'm not sure if this is still active or not, but you can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% also on these. But recommendation for a desktop is going to be the Dell G5 gaming desktop. This comes with an 8-core processor. It comes with a discrete video card, the NVIDIA GeForce. It comes with the requisite 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 128 gigabyte solid state drive for applications, and an additional 1 terabyte internal hard drive for any sort of external files you want to save. The only upgrades that I made on this, I didn't upgrade the video card. If you choose to do that, there are other options down here. I didn't upgrade the RAM because that is the base. You can choose to go with more RAM, or you could purchase this later with it being a expandable desktop and add that in yourself. I didn't really go with any changes as far as anything else. The only thing I think I did upgrade with this quote is that I did a Windows 10 Pro Edition instead of the Home. I also added on, because you will need this, I added on a Dell wireless keyboard and mouse. These do not come with the keyboard and mouse, unlike the iMacs, and they don't come with a monitor either. So you'll also notice that, scroll down, I've also selected the Dell 24-inch monitor. There are other options for monitors if you choose to do those, but the pricing for this model is $1,275, and that includes the computer, the mouse, keyboard, and the monitor. So, on to auxiliary recommendations. You will probably need SD cards and hard drives as you go throughout the program. And so if you just do a generic search on Amazon for SD cards, you need to make sure that if you buy an SD card, that it is a Class 10 card. And the way that you can tell that is on the card itself, there will be a number 10 with a circle around it. And so, let's see, just as a recommendation, I'm recommending the SanDisk Ultra SDHC memory card. You also want to ensure two things when looking at these. You want to ensure that there is a 10 with a circle around it on the card, and you also want to make sure that the write speed is 70 megabits per second or faster. This one is 90 megabits per second, so there's no worries there. And these are relatively cheap. They have come down a lot in the last few years. So if you're in a class where you need two of these, you're looking at two of these at $7.95 a piece or $16. Really cheap. The other thing you might need in the program is an external hard drive. And if you do a Amazon search for external hard drives, you'll come up with a bunch. I personally like the Western Digital and LaCie drives. I try to stay away from the Seagate brand and also Toshiba, just because they're usually, when these fail, and they inevitably do, unless they're one of the higher priced LaCie items, students that come in with issues with this usually have a Seagate or a Toshiba hard drive. So I would try to go with a Western Digital or a LaCie. Personally, I have a Western Digital at the house. But the one I'm going to recommend, and that is linked below in the video, is the LaCie Rugged USB-C 1 terabyte external hard drive. You'll notice that these come in capacity sizes all the way up to 5 terabytes. But you want to make sure that you have the USB-C connection, because that will work with the newer Apple products. It will also work with the newer PC products. This is a 1 terabyte hard drive, and these are drop, shock, dust, and rain resistant, which means that you can throw them in a backpack, and over several years they should do fine. They are extremely rugged, and they do have 2 years of rescue and recovery data services included. So it might be worth the investment to scale up to this instead of just a generic 1 terabyte hard drive is $50 roughly. The LaCie is around $82, but you have a little more security and buffer for protection on that. Anyway, so those are my technology recommendations. If you're looking to buy a computer, whether it be an Apple desktop, a Windows laptop, or SD cards, or a hard drive. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at gperkins@astate.edu, and thanks.